Hello everyone. In our last session, we have learnt about nutrition, respiration, transportation in plants and animals. In this session, we'll learn something about excretion. What is excretion? Excretion, it means removal of waste substances from our body. Two important processes which occurs in living organisms to maintain their steady state are excretion and osmoregulation. Excretion, we already know, removes waste or toxic substances from our body. Osmoregulation, it is a process that maintains the amount of water and proper ionic balance in the body fluid. Let us see human urinary system. It consists of a pair of kidneys which are bean-shaped. Kidney on top has renal gland. Kidneys, they open into ureter, ureter into urinary bladder, and urinary bladder into urethra. Urinary bladder acts as primary storage organ of urine. We have renal artery and renal vein. Renal artery brings blood which carries toxic substances, and renal vein consists of purified blood. Structure of nephron, as you can see, consists of Bowman's capsule, first coil tubule, second coil tubule, a U-shaped loop of Henle, and finally collecting duct. Glomerulus is tuft of capillaries which finally surround loop of Henle and then opens into renal vein. What are the major processes involved in the formation of urine? Ultrafiltration of blood, selective reabsorption of substances, secretion of certain substances into the filtrate. Let's see the flow chart for the formation of urine. Primary urine is filtered into proximal convoluted tubule, which then reabsorbs useful substances from primary urine. Then it goes into loop of Henle, where partial reabsorption of water and sodium ions takes place. Finally, sodium and water, whichever is left, is reabsorbed into distal convoluted tubule, leaving behind toxic substances which enters into collecting duct. Urine formation can be studied in three major steps. Number 1, glomerular filtration. Glomerulus, as we know, consists of blood which carries waste as well as useful substances. Almost everything enters into Bowman's capsule due to high hydrostatic pressure. Then we have tubular reabsorption. Now, almost glucose amino acids which are useful to our body are reabsorbed. Tubular secretion consists of some additional wastes which need to be removed. At the same time, sodium ions are also entered into the tubes to maintain the osmotic balance of the body. Excretion in plants. As animals, plants do excrete. What are the major products which are excreted by plants? Carbon dioxide, water, and oxygen. How do plants excrete? They do not have any special organs except leaf. So major waste products are removed by leaf. As you can see in the figure, the plants have leaves, roots. Now how the waste is removed? Before the removal, all the major chlorophyll is taken back by the plant. The yellowing of the leaf means removal of chlorophyll and carrying toxic substances into it. Finally, the yellow leaf, it falls down to remove the toxic substances from the plant. Oxygen, which is one of the major products of photosynthesis, is also removed from stomata. Transpiration, it involves the removal of excess water from the leaf. There are certain special openings called as stomata which helps in the gaseous exchange in plants. Finally, we come to renal failure and technology for survival. There are many patients whose kidney do not work. In that case, they go for dialysis. What happens in dialysis? A major artery is taken from where the blood is pumped into dialyzer. In the dialyzer, the exchange of ions, that is, removal of toxic substances takes place, and finally, the purified or cleaned blood is pumped via vein into the body. Procedure of dialysis. The blood is pumped out of the body and made to flow into dialysis machine. Heparin, which acts as an anti-clot, is added to it. The blood circulates through the long cellulose tubes and finally the small ions can pass through it. Large blood cells cannot pass through these cellophane tubes and the clean blood is then pumped into the patient's body. Thank you for being a good listener. Hope this was an informative session for you.